Hello everyone, I am Professor Shruti Dikshit, Assistant Professor in Electronics and Communication Department, Sagar Institute of Research and Technology, Bhopal. This college is under SAGE Group. Today we are going to discuss one of these important type of modes of transfer. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the program input-output data transfer. In this lecture, we will discuss about the interrupt-initiated data transfer. As I have told you that data transfer can be handled in one of the three modes: program input output, interrupt initiated input output, and direct memory access. In this lecture, we will focus upon this interrupt initiated input output. Here, the data transfer means how the data is transferred between the CPU and input output devices and CPU and memory. This is the alternative method of the previous one, which is the program input output. In the previous case, what was happening, CPU constantly monitoring the flag, is to let the interface inform the computer when it is ready to transfer data. But here there is an facility of interrupt. The CPU is running a program, then it does not check the flag. It will do its work. However, when the flag is set, the computer is momentarily interrupted from proceeding with the current program and is informed of the fact that the flag has been set. The CPU deviates from what it is doing to take care of the input or output transfer. After the transfer is completed, the computer returns to the previous program to continue what it was doing before the interrupt. The CPU responds to the interrupt signal by storing the return address from the program counter into a memory stack, and then control branch a service routine that processes the required input output transfer. The way that the processor chooses the branch address of the service routine varies from one unit to another unit. Here, there are two methods for accomplishing the data transfer. One is called vectored interrupt and other is non-vectored interrupt. In non-vectored interrupt, the branch address is assigned to a fixed location in memory. In a vectored interrupt, the source that interrupts the CPU supplies the branch information to the computer. This information is called the interrupt vector. In some computers, the interrupt vector is the first address of the input-output service routine. In other computers, the interrupt vector is an address that points to a location in memory where the beginning address of the input-output service routine is stored. Priority interrupt. There are number of input-output devices attached to the computer. They are all capable of generating the interrupt. When the interrupt is generated from more than one device, priority is given to the system, which is used to determine which device is to be serviced first. Devices with high speed transfer are given higher priority and slow devices are given lower priority. Here the high speed devices are in top at the priority list, and slow devices with respect to speed are at the lower priority. Establishing the priority can be done in two ways: using software and using hardware. A pooling procedure is also used to identify highest priority in software means the polling. There is one common branch address for all interrupts. Branch address contains the code that polls the interrupt sources in sequence. The highest priority is tested first. the particular service routine of the highest priority device is served. The disadvantage is that time required to poll them can exceed the time to serve them in large number of devices. In case of hardware priority system function as an overall manager, it accepts the interrupt request and determine the priorities. To speed up the operation, each interrupting device has its own interrupt vector. Here, no polling procedure is required. All decisions are established by hardware priority interrupt unit. It can be established by serial or parallel connection. In case of serial connection, there is only one line in between transmitter, means one transmission media or channel in between transmitter and receiver. In case of parallel connection, number of transmission media are between transmitter and receiver. In case of software, the interrupt that is caused by the internal system of the computer system is known as a software interrupt. As we have discussed in this lecture about the interrupt initiated data transfer, this is the in this case it is simple method and fast in comparison with the programmed input output. The disadvantage of the program input output that the CPU has to continuously monitor the status registers flag. Here the CPU is doing its own work. Whenever the flag is set, the CPU's work is interrupted, and CPU will leave that program and it will take the data from the memory and input output devices. Then again, after completion of the data transfer, again CPU can do its own work. Here the number of interrupts are there. Priority interrupt, the priority in case of priority interrupt, the high speed devices given the first priority, and low speed devices has given the lowest priority. Then hardware interrupts, software interrupts, the interrupts that is caused by the hardware system of the computer is known as hardware interrupt, and the interrupt that is caused by internal system of the computer system is known as software interrupt. So this is all about the interrupt initiated data transfer. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the direct memory access. Means the memory will directly access the input output devices and avoiding the CPU's interaction between the memory and input output devices. Thank you.